Reggie here, and I am back again with Jason, Metal Jesus.
Thanks for having me on, dude.
And today we're going to do a follow-up to the Pickles video we did last time. There was such good reviews from the last video.
I know people loved it. It was like 45 minutes long.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, we really took it to the max in that video.
I know, it was awesome.
So we're going to do this follow-up video with some items we just got recently that we thought we show off. Basically for me, as you guys know, I got the test system in the last video. I got some items for that system that I want to show off to you guys.
Yeah, and for me, I added, or actually was sent, a brand new console for my game room, which is always really cool. Yeah. But I'm going to save this to the very end of the video. I got in my collection one of the rarest and most expensive games in my entire collection, and I got it by accident.
Can you show it off first? No.
I want to make people wait. But we've got a bunch of really cool stuff to show, so let's take a look. All right, dude. Who's going first?
I'll take it.
Okay, you go first. So, I have no idea what he picked up, so this is a treat for me.
Recently, I got a 2D fighting game. It's called Slap Happy Rhythm Busters. Now,
Slap Happy
Rhythm Busters. Okay. Yeah, 2D fighting game. Now, this game was recommended to me by this girl, a lady named Ray Chan. Like, she has this Facebook group called 2D Fighting Enclave. Okay. And they pretty much are fighting game enthusiasts. So they showed a lot of stuff. I'm learning a lot of stuff by looking at about hitting gems and games in there. So she recommended this game, and basically this game is like a 2D fighter, but it adds a twist to it. Like, you have the regular moves and stuff like that and all that stuff, but then when you do your ultimate move, it's like a dance move, and it's like Dance Dance Revolution where you have to put in the inputs.
That sounds so weird.
Yeah, and so if you put in the inputs right, you do your ultimate move, and it's like...
But it sounds awesome.
It really is. I was really impressed with this game. Really cool. So, Rain, thank you for introducing me to this game. I really appreciate you.
Dude, I want to see that. That sounds awesome. All right, I'm going to start off here. Tina, who is somebody who's contributed to my game room before, she actually gave me the copy of Earthbound. Yeah, and she's kind of always on the lookout for me. So, have you heard of The Wizard of Oz Beyond the Yellow Brick Road for the DS?
I have seen that game. I just never took interest in it because of Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Yeah. I mean, it's an okay movie, but you're like, what the hell? This sounds really lame. This is far from lame. So first of all, it's Xseed. It is a traditional turn-based Japanese RPG set in the Wizard of Oz.
And good.
Wow. It's crazy. So, I mean, it's cool because they basically took the Wizard of Oz and they basically formed an actual, RPG around it. Nobody knows about this game, and it's actually pretty fun.
How is it cheap, or?
It's not super expensive, but it's hard to find. And so that's the reason why she sent it to me, because you don't see it everywhere. So it basically, she knew I was looking for it.
I'm on the lookout as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It also uses the stylus for attacks and stuff like that. So anyways,
very unique to the system and everything.
It is, and it's a total hidden gem, and again, not many people know about it. So.
Okay. Oh, my turn again.
Yep.
So recently, I got a survival horror game. It was mentioned in the survival horror video in the comments by people who told me about this game.
Yeah, this game's cool.
I actually played it before, but only on the Xbox 360. And this is a Deadly Premonition, a director's cut.
You messaged me about this, didn't you?
I did, because this collector's version came out for it, and which is really cool. And it came with the evidence cards, the extras, and
now, this is a new release, right? Or
it's a new release.
I mean, the game isn't new, but it's been out for a couple of years. But why?
It's a new release of an old game. Because they brought out the director's cut years later. Yeah. 2 years later, which is weird.
Right, because they fixed a bunch of stuff on the PS3, which is the director's cut. But then this came out recently, though, right?
Yeah, just the limited edition stuff came out recently. I know, right?
That's crazy, because I remember you messaged me about this, and I was like, what?
Yeah, the game is weird.
This game won't die.
I know, right? It's a survival horror. It reminds me of that show Twin Peaks. Do you remember Twin Peaks?
Oh, yes.
Really cool, but this game, the character is really weird because I was playing the game and he was driving in the car, texting and driving, right? Smoking and driving too.
That's right, yeah.
Gets in a car accident, but the whole time he keeps a cigarette in his mouth. Like, even when the car flips over, he gets out, cigarette.
This game is so weird and wacky.
Yeah,
it's trippy too. Like, but it's also extremely violent. Like in the beginning when that chick is like up on the tree or whatever.
Yeah, it like sliced open.
Oh yeah, and like little kids are looking and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's like really wacky and odd, and again, kind of like Twin Peaks, where Twin Peaks was like, what's going on here?
It's like, now, do you own the game?
I do on the director's cut on PS3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So perfect, man.
So what does this include though? That's extra.
What I remember. Let's take a quick look because I forget because I recently looked at it. But it came with the cards. It got your little soundtrack. It's got an art book, which let's take a quick look.
Oh yeah, it's hardbound art book too.
Yeah, which is really cool and everything. So yeah, and one more thing there.
That's amazing that this game like lives on. I mean, it's definitely one of those games where people, if you know about it, you want a copy of it.
Yeah, if you're especially if you're a survival horror fan, it's like a must-have from what people told me. So I haven't got into it all the way, but I'm interested in doing so pretty soon. So.
Okay. Well, cool. All right. For me, I have this kind of interesting game here I want to share. Pico Interactive, does it sound familiar? It might sound familiar.
Was it like they made a game system?
No, they contacted us after we did a homebrew hack video. Remember?
Oh, that's
remember that dude?
Yeah.
So he and I did a homebrew hack video, and the license holder contacted us saying, "Hey, could you please let people know that we've actually licensed this game and they can get it legitimately?" Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And we were freaking. We're like, "Oh shit, did we break the law?"
I know, right?
Well, it turns out that Pico Interactive has license for a bunch of games, both on the Game Boy Advance, the NES, and a bunch of stuff, Super Nintendo. He sent me a box of brand new. Hello, this is Roxy, by the way. She's a gamer. So he sent me a box of brand new licensed games, and I'm gonna actually show those off in a video in the future. But I want to talk about one. It's for the Game Boy Advance. It's called World Reborn. This is a canceled game that never came out. They bought the license for it and basically manufactured and sold it.
Wow,
brand new.
Dude, this is hella cool.
I know.
And it's a shooter.
It is, and it's fantastic.
Are you serious, dude? Man, I want this now. This is awesome.
I know.
Dude.
Yeah, so he sent me a box of their stuff, and I want to do a video. I want to play them and kind of check them out. But I did play this one, and yeah, it's super cool.
Oh, we gotta play it after the video.
I know. This, I knew you'd be excited about that.
That's awesome. I like the Game Boy Advance stuff, man.
Yep.
Cool. So I guess I'll go next here. Let's see here. Recently, I got this game, Rodea. I think I pronounced it right. The Sky Soldier, which is
wow, that's cool looking.
This is from the creator of the guy who made Nights into Dreams.
What system is this for?
This is for the Wii. Sorry, I didn't have it displayed out. I know, right? Now, what's cool about this? It was originally supposed to be on the Wii. But,
okay. I think I heard about this.
Yeah, it came out on the WiiU 3DS, and what he did as an extra is they threw in the Wii version for the people who bought the Wii U version.
Oh, and it says not for sale. Resale.
Yeah. So I actually pulled the cover out for this one. That's how the Wii version looks. I actually only played the Wii version. Which is the ideal version for the game, actually, so it's really cool. But it's actually, like I said, it's like a spiritual sequel to Nights. That's what it feels like. Have you ever played Nights into Dreams?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it really feels like a defined version of that game. I was really impressed with it. I mean, you're flying through the sky, you're using the Wii remote, you're clicking where you need to go, and you hold the button, get do all these loops and stuff.
Okay.
Really solid game. Came with some good extras and stuff like that. Like I said, the best extra is of course the Wii game,
right?
Stuff like that. Because I don't even have a Wii U.
I know, so I don't either yet.
I can't even play it. But it came with an art book, a nice art book, soundtrack. It was always not a digital soundtrack either, just like a real disc, which is awesome. And and a hardcover copy of the art. So I'm in happy country right now.
Wow, that's cool, man.
All that good stuff.
Awesome. Roxy's very impressed.
Yes, she is.
Okay, next up for me is a game. Guy, his name's Jason on Facebook, wanted to send me some hidden gems, and this is another game for the Game Boy Advance. Have you heard of Mazes of Fate?
I have heard of that game.
Yeah, so this is a first-person kind of turn-based. Well, I think parts of it are real-time, but basically it's like an RPG, like a dungeon crawl RPG for the Game Boy Advance. Roxy likes this one too, don't you?
She's in the biting mode.
But it's very similar to, like, say, what was Eye of the Beholder, Might and Magic on the PC, stuff like that. They released a version of this on the DS as well. So, anyways, pretty cool game.
I see. I was looking at the company. It looks like it's made by people who did the help produce Alien Hobbit. That's what that looks like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'm not really sure. But it looks hella cool though.
Huh? Yeah.
Awesome. My turn again, huh?
I know.
All right. RPG here. Another Tales game in the collection. The recent one. Now this is. Is
this new?
This came out a couple months ago actually. Now this is cool because I actually wasn't going to get this. This was going to be the only Tales game I didn't get as a collector's.
PS4.
But I upgraded to a PS4 recently, and you know I had to go ahead and get it. So I'm really happy with what I got. It actually comes with an anime DVD and some extras and stuff like that. But this I haven't really got into it that much. But I'm just happy to have another Tales collector's in my copy because I beat all the Tales games actually. So this is a fresh one to start off on.
Does that have a figure in it? Is that why it's so big?
It has like these little small figures, like they're not like the statues that came in the other one. But it's really cool though. You know, I love the Tales games, so really impressed with that.
That's awesome. All right, next up for me, a guy named Jonathan. A bunch of people sent me some games, so I'm showing some of those here.
Yeah.
Complete in box. I am not familiar with this game though, but it's Star Tropics 2 Zoda's Revenge. So I don't know much about this game, but I don't have a lot of box NES games, so it's kind of cool.
So it's cool. Yeah, heck yeah. I played the first one briefly. I haven't really played this one, but the cover looks cool.
Yeah, I know. The cover is awesome, isn't it?
Heck yeah.
Ghosts. I mean, this is becoming a little bit more collectible. I mean, especially complete in box. It's getting up to the $25, $35 range. So
I don't want to go up too. So.
I know. So, but yeah, thank you very much.
All right, me again. What's this one? Our good buddy Crazy Joe was out hunting, and he knows I'm a big PlayStation enthusiast, so he found this controller, and he actually hooked me up with it. He found this at Goodwill.
Dude, I love these big controllers, man.
I know, right? It's just like anything I can find PlayStation, it's almost like I have to have it. So
yeah.
Pretty impressed with that, man. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate you, bro. Always looking out.
That's awesome. So I did pick up some Vita games.
Oh.
I have 3 here.
What you got?
Yeah, well, so first off, Memories of Celceta?
Yeah, Celceta, I think it is.
I don't know anything about this, but you recognized it.
Yeah, that's the remake of the 4th game.
Oh,
it's the defined version, suppose that's what they said. So
oh, really?
You could actually just go straight to that version. It's really well done. I bought the game when it first came out. It came with a lot of it had a limited edition, came with extras. And,
I think you showed it to me. Yeah,
soundtrack.
Yeah,
it had not a watch. What do you call those things that navigate when you're direction?
Oh, like a compass?
Compass, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why that slipped my mind.
Because no one uses them anymore?
I know, right? But it came with a compass and everything. It was like a really good collection. So, yeah. And solid game, man. I mean, really good.
Yeah, any RPG like this that comes out on the Vita, I usually snag. A new release, actually, just this week when we shot this video, that is Earth Defense Force 2 Invaders from Planet Space. Just came out.
Dude, is that online too? Like you could play it online as well?
I have no idea.
But those games are hella fun, dude. It's like Starship Troopers if it was a video game.
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, I didn't know crap about it, but it popped up on my Amazon, Stupid Amazon goes, you should buy this. I'm like, damn it, I'll buy that. Yeah, so had a lot of fun with this. I'm like on probably the 5th or 6th mission. It's just gunning down like monsters and insects and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, very cool. Looks great too. So
yeah, I actually played some of the older games, and that's cool that they're bringing it out on the PSP. I mean Vita.
Yeah, and again, it's like a physical release. I had to have it, right? Yep. And then finally, I found this just the other day,
dude,
at GameStop because I rarely run into this game here. So this is the sequel. This is Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward.
Yeah. It's the sequel to 9 Doors, 9 People,
999, whatever that. Yeah.
Else. I can't remember.
But no, I didn't play that game because I don't own it. But now I want to play it because this is a sequel, and supposedly it's like a really interesting survival horror puzzle. Messed up game, right?
Yeah, depending on the paths you take, it could be brutal, man. I mean,
that's what I've heard.
Some deaths, it's like, geez, man. They're coming out with a third game for the Vita and the 3DS. So,
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a trilogy, so it's really cool.
Yeah, and I know this came out on the 3DS, but this is the version to get. So.
Yeah, the Vita, the Vita version is the one.
Yeah.
I think the Divine version to get. So
I was kind of excited to get those.
Awesome. My turn again, huh? A rare PlayStation game I got pretty cheap, which I'm pretty happy that I got.
I'm so jealous. I want this. I've been looking for this.
You've been looking for it, dude. This is from the maker of the the people who made Metal Slug. Yep. This is In the Hunt. The PlayStation version also came out on Saturn. Arcade game came out in 1993. This is an awesome Metal Slug type game. I mean, it's with submarines and everything. And I think this is like one of their second or third games that they made, so you could kind of see where they evolved at. And everything.
Yeah, but it's gorgeous animation.
It really is. And by looking at the cover, you couldn't tell that this. You think this is some weird game, like deep sea game, In the Hunt. Like,
yeah,
what is this?
it doesn't. The name alone, it just seems like a budget title.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But
it is probably one of the more solid games on the PlayStation system.
Do you mind me asking how much you paid for that?
I was around $34.
Okay. Yeah. Which seems like about what it's going for.
No, people are asking $80, $90 for this.
Does it only come in the long box?
No, there's another version of it. It might be cheaper, but I couldn't find that version anywhere.
Interesting.
So, which was really weird. So I got this version, which I'm happy with. But if you like Metal Slug running gun games, this game is on point.
Some PC games here. So Taylor, I put this over here, Descent, and you immediately was like, Descent.
Dude, Descent, I played that game, and one of the reasons I played it a lot, because the commercial for it had Rodney Dangerfield in it.
Did it really?
Rodney did. He was in the commercial, and he was like playing the game, and he zoomed in on his eyes. He was looking all crazy and everything.
Did he make a joke about getting no respect?
He said something similar that was funny. He had a little punchline in there, I remember, but it was hilarious. But that game is a lot of fun. I mean, I haven't played it in a while, but what do you think of it?
Well, so I have a bucket list of old PC games that I want to add to my collection eventually. And Descent is one of those games because when this first came out, I was working at Sierra, and I remember we would stay after work to play this because it supported LAN play, and and all of us would just be like playing it for hours and hours, swearing at each other, cussing, But basically, it's an awesome. It's a landmark game because at the time, first-person shooters were becoming really popular. But this is the first one that I ever played that was like full 360 degrees, kind of in space, where there was zero G gravity, so you'd have guys above you, below you, to the side, and it was just awesome to play.
Wow, dude.
So killer. So
cool, man.
Yeah, and so the guy on Facebook messaged me because he found a copy and he knew that I was looking for it, and so he sent it to me. So.
This box looks pretty old. So is this like a disc game or a floppy disk or?
Geez. This is the CD-ROM version,
CD-ROM, okay.
but it's for DOS, so it's not even for Windows.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty dang old. Yeah, and then they made Descent 2, which actually is probably the better version, a little bit more upgraded and stuff like that. But definitely one of my sort of games I've been looking for a while.
You should check out the commercial running.
I know, I should.
All right, so next here, I got an import game for the test PS2 system. This is King of the Fighters 94 Re-Bout. This is a remake of King of the Fighters 94, the first one we did. This was to celebrate the 10th anniversary, and it was supposed to come out over here on Xbox, but it got canceled. So I bought the PS2 version that came out in Japan, and it also came with a NeoGeo fighting pad
for the PlayStation
2. Yeah, this came bundled together. It was like tied together.
Whoa, that's so cool, man! But look at the condition. This looks brand new,
and it was from an American seller, so I didn't have to deal with that overseas crap. And then, it was really cheap. I mean, I got both of them for $100. So
damn, dude, that's really cool. This is beautiful.
I'm celebrating the 10th anniversary forever now.
So I mentioned that I've been looking for some PC games that I used to love back in the day. A guy reached out to me. His name's Tim, also on Facebook. See, the thing is that a lot of people, when they're out hunting, and you guys do this too,
right?
I collect PC games, and so even though you don't collect them, you'll message me if you find some, right? So Tim messaged me, and I know you probably never heard of this, but it's Metaltech Battledrome. So the reason why I wanted this is because I used to support this game back in the day, and essentially what this is a fighting mech game, like a simulation. But this is one of the first games that Sierra and Dynamics ever made that was multiplayer.
Oh, wow.
And so it was pretty advanced for the time, and it was a lot of fun. Now, unfortunately, it didn't sell very well. That's why I can't find a copy. But he had one and sent it to me, and I was like thrilled. So, you know, decent graphics for old DOS days, you know. So I don't know. It's just. It's close to my heart, so
and that's what counts, you know. That memory and how much fun you had back in the day. You know, getting that again.
I used to love getting calls on this. If someone was, because people would call if they're having problems with it, and I'd be like, "Oh, you're playing Battledrome? Oh yeah, sure, I'll help you, no problem. What's the problem? You know?" Nice, man. Cool,
sweet. All right, actually just got this game in the mail today, right before I came to the show, and I've been wanting this game for a long time. Starblade Alpha. Oh god! Now it came out on a 3DO, and it came out not that version. It came out on 3DO, and it came out on a Sega CD. But this version, man, this is the defined version of it, and it's nobody really knows about the game, and it's almost hard to find a complete copy on eBay or Amazon. But I got lucky. I was looking one day, and it was underpriced, and I got this one for $40, well, $45 with the shipping and everything. So. They said it was complete, but it's still sealed here, so when I open it later, the book should be in it. Well,
do you prefer the long boxes versus the CD, or do you have a preference?
I like the CDs better. The long boxes get damaged easily. They can mess up, and then you can't really replace them.
That's right, because it's cardboard, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's make sure everything's...
Yeah, it's in great condition.
Wrong. No manual.
Does it come with a manual?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just found that out. Oh, well. Still got that part.
That's the bummer with buying stuff online, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Huh. Interesting. I've never heard of that game.
It's really cool. It really reminds you of Star Fox in a way. Or Star Wars, the arcade game, the shooting one. Kind of like that. Like the original. But also, another thing about this game is if you buy Tekken 5 for PS2, you can actually unlock the full game arcade version on that system, on the game. So it's really cool.
Oh, that's interesting. All right. Let's see here. So, have you played any of the Disney Infinity games yet?
None.
Don't start.
Good.
Because it's an addiction.
Oh, it's an addiction? Oh.
Because, dude, I have not been planning on buying any of these games. Because I know my problem is that I'll end up with all sorts of those little figures because I can't help myself. So what happened was I went into GameStop. Remember when they had the Black Friday buy two get one free? They had a bunch of these for like $5 a piece. And I'm like, well, damn it! Now I'm gonna be buying these stupid figures. But I mean, I'm complaining. But
where are you gonna display them?
I don't know. The problem is, and I'm not wearing a Star Wars T-shirt for once, but it's that they own Star Wars, and so if you want to play those Disney Infinity Star Wars ones, you know, this is the version that you get, you know. Wow. So I kind of got sucked into it, like Boba Fett and all these characters. It's cool. I will say that it reminds me of the Lego games quite a bit. You know, like and I actually like the Lego games. They're fun. Very similar to that. What's interesting though is that you plop your character down and it appears in the game, right? And then if you die, you can't use the character for 5 minutes. So you literally have to pull it off and put another figure on, and that figure gets loaded onto there. And then they level up. So unlike Amiibos, which Amiibos really, other than Smash Brothers, there's really no use for them. These are actually used all over that world. Whether it's in the toy box mode or all the different like things you can download. So I got sucked into it.
So, here's some cool ones. I finally completed my what I call my core collection of Mega Man games, and these are the last two I needed. The NeoGeo Pocket version, Rockman Battle, and also the Game Gear version of Mega Man. Now, these have went up in price over the years, and I'm finally happy that I finally got that version pretty cheap. Somebody hooked me up on Facebook. I let them know I was looking for it.
Wow, that's cool.
They had 2 copies of it, sold it to me, and got that. Then right after that, I got this for pretty cheap off eBay. The guy had it for like $60, and I made him a best offer of $45. And
holy crap! So this is one of the most collectible Game Gear games.
Yeah. I, as far as I know, out of the American set, I would say so. Yeah. So happy to have that. Mega Man. I love Mega Man. Platform games all the way.
Damn, that's cool. Let's see here. So I'm kind of getting down to the wire here. I probably should show the Odyssey 2. So this was sent to me as well. So I never owned an Odyssey. Do you know anything about the Odyssey 2?
I know that it is probably contributed to the 1983 video game crash.
Yeah. The thing for me, so this is an Odyssey 2, which kind of competed with the Atari 2600, the Intellivision, all that sort of stuff. What's really interesting about this is that it didn't have a lot of third-party support, and so because of that, it pretty much floundered. Like, it did okay, but it was really stuck.
It had a potential to be better, but no third-party.
The only reason why the Atari was as popular as it was because of Activision, because Activision was a third-party developer, and they took the Atari 2600 beyond what they ever intended it to do. So a third party does that, right? And so unfortunately, there was some, but they came too late. And so it's an interesting piece. It was sent to me by a fan on Facebook, and it's cool to own. It's just that it's not for everybody. It's definitely kind of like a John Hancock sort of console. It's cool. Like I said, I'm not complaining. It's just for me, I don't have any nostalgia, attached to it.
Right.
But again, it's like kind of trippy to own. I mean, the box is in great condition.
Yeah.
He also included games as well.
Oh, okay.
Like a bunch of games. So, yeah. So, and occasionally I do run across Odyssey games, and so now I can actually play them.
Nice, man. That's cool. The box is, like you said, is in good condition and everything, too. So, yeah, that's on point.
Yeah, I know. So.
Okay, geez,
Are we getting down?
I got like a couple more, but...
I got a couple more, too.
Okay, good. Finally, oh gosh, Watermelon Games finally released the Pure Solar Dreamcast version, which it took so long for them to get it to me. I lost a lot of steam in it, and so it's like it's cool. It's a good RPG. They added animated cutscenes to this version. It's probably similar to the ones that are on the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live, I think.
Yeah,
but as long as they took to get these out, man, I just lost a lot of steam for it. So.
I could tell you were really just disappointed. Like, and instead of being thrilled, you were kind of like,
yeah, you should be thrilled when you get a new game, and there you're like, I'm just like, nah, okay, it's out finally. But beside all that, it seems like a good game. I haven't really started to play it yet. As far as Watermelon Games is concerned, I would recommend people wait till they bring stuff out instead of pre-order, because who knows how long you'll be waiting. Maybe 3, 4, 5 years, who knows? I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah.
And you have to pay all the money up front. It's not like pre-order. You have to prepay the whole product. So, all right. Sorry, I didn't mean to be a downer.
No, you got it, and that's cool, actually, because I think if I was going to buy it, I'd get the Dreamcast version.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I'm going to show a couple vinyl I picked up. So recently it was Record Store Day. Record Store Day happens twice a year. There's one in April, I think, and then there's also a Black Friday deal. And the reason why that's kind of cool is because on Record Store Day, a lot of bands release exclusive albums for that. So I want to show two of them here. One of Judas Priest. This is Painkiller, but what's cool about this is that it's blue and it's a saw blade.
I was looking at if you could actually cut some of those.
Isn't that awesome?
It is, dude.
Yeah, so this is only released on Record Store Day, and that was the only place you could get it on only that day. Now, and there's only 5,000 made or 2,000 or sometimes less.
Wow, dude.
Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah.
Now, this is not like an audiophile quality. This is more for show.
Okay.
This next one, though, is definitely audiophile. So I'm a big fan of Queen, and this is a very special release of Bohemian Rhapsody, and also on the back of it is I'm in Love with My Car, another song on there. What's cool about this is that it's true audiophile grade quality. So it's thicker. It's like 180 gram vinyl, so it's thicker than normal. And it plays the songs at 45 RPMs. So most records that are this big, you play at 33. The reason why they make it go faster is because for the same amount of time in the song, you get much more data. So this is a really excellent version of that classic song. Only released on Record Store Day. So...
Wow, so they actually did that in only day one.
Yeah, so this is a brand new album for collectors only. If you're into Queen and Bohemian Rhapsody is like one of the greatest songs of all time, this is the definitive version of that song.
Nice.
Yeah, to play it on
the cover looks hella cool.
It's kind of flat, sort of satin sort of look to it. So, anyways, I just want to kind of show off some of those.
Cool. I'll try to get some multiples out of this next.
Because I only really have one more to show. So
okay. for the PlayStation test system, I got some PAL games. Resident Evil Survivor 2.
Dude, that looks awesome.
Which is it's awesome because in this version it's like a shooter game, like Time Crisis, yeah, exactly. But they made a twist to this one. When you're on the timer, if the timer runs out, Nemesis comes out after you from Resident Evil 3.
Wait, this is not the one where they're on the boat.
Oh, no, that's the one where they're on.
That's like
that's the one where they're in Europe in the prison, the jail cell.
So this we never got this.
No, we never got that version. But we got Code Veronica, but we didn't get the light gun shooter Code Veronica.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and they added
this is awesome.
I know, right? And they added those cool features to it.
I love light gun games.
A shooter, the next one shooter, a Gunbird Special Edition, which comes with both Gunbird games.
Dude, I love the Gunbird series.
Yeah, I was really impressed with this. I hadn't really played them.
Dude, this is making me so jealous.
Dude, I mean that test system is like the best thing that's happened to me video game wise.
Huh.
I'm like seeing all kind of stuff that didn't get released over here. Like I could pick up.
No, is this PAL or Japanese stuff?
That's
This is PAL, right?
Oh, the blue cases are PAL. So,
okay.
Yeah. So some of them will play on the television. It'll give you the option in the beginning, like from PAL to NTC and everything.
Oh, because of the refresh rate.
Yeah, exactly. So
interesting.
Some of them, not all of them do. Resident Evil doesn't. Gunbird does, and the next one I'm going to show does. This is a game that was recommended to me by some people who were talking in the comments on the survival horror video. Michigan Report from Hell, survival horror game. Basically you're a cameraman. It's like think of the movie The Mist. There's some kind of fog that's killed a lot of the people in the town and everything. So you're kind of like trying to see what's going on. You're a cameraman. You got your news reporter with you. You're trying to protect her, and the whole game is played through the camera. So you're always holding the camera and recording, and you're walking around. And
interesting.
So, very interesting game. I'm impressed with it so far. I haven't got that far, but it's like it's so bad it's good too type of game.
You know, it's now that sounds familiar. It's because when we did our survival horror video, a lot of people mentioned this.
They did, and that's I looked at that. So let me see what they're talking about.
Huh.
That one was
really generic cover though.
Yeah, they're out in the middle of the road and like.
I don't know if I would buy this.
I don't like the cover and everything.
That is so funny. I just have one more.
All right, so I'll keep going with a couple more real fast.
Reggie picks up a lot of games.
Oh, I know you wanted this one too.
Oh, really?
Game Gear version of Gunstar Heroes.
Oh, dude. Yes.
I finished the Gunstar set finally. And this one is basically, it was done by another team. It wasn't done by Treasure, but the other team did a pretty good job on it. So it's actually playable, really well done. It's I got this because I just wanted to have every version of the game because I don't think they're going to make any sequels to it.
Yeah.
And you just want to have every version just to change it up a little bit.
This game is always in the top like 5 or 10 best Game Gear games.
Really?
Yeah, it is. So I mean, owning that, if you own a Game Gear, you might as well get this.
Get this too. And a lot of things about getting Game Gears from Japan or import ones, they usually always come in the box complete.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about just getting a card.
Huh.
All right. So the next game here this is the last one, but there's a reason why it's the last one because I forgot how to pronounce the name again.
Which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to attempt it, but this is a shooter game, and the reason I got this game is because I played it briefly before, and I remember the design for it was really cool. It's like really has a lot of stuff going on camera, and it's like a lot of shooting going on. It's like really on point.
You posted on Facebook about this, and I was like, oh my god, like I haven't heard of this game. It looks so awesome.
Yeah, and it's like the limited edition version. Some people were charging like it was all over the place, like crazy amounts for it. I found it pretty cheap from an American seller, and he got it to me within 2 days. So,
what is going on right there?
I don't know, man. That's a steel seal. So I'm like, man, that's just some of the stuff they bring with that.
I know.
I was like, man, but cool game, on point. I like it, and if you like shooters, you should check it out. Possibly.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so my final game, it's kind of a funny story. So as I mentioned earlier, that people are always kind of looking out for PC games,
right?
And so I get contacted often on Facebook and whatever, and they're like, hey, here's a game, I found it. Do you want it? Well, a guy did that for a game, and I was like, it wasn't a game I was really interested in, to be honest.
Right.
But it was, well, I'll just show it. So it's Super Contra on the PC.
Right.
And you're probably going, what's the big deal? I was going, well, that's kind of interesting. Sure, if you don't want it, I'll take it. That's kind of cool. The thing is, I don't look for the arcade versions of PC games. The reason being is that often these are mediocre ports of an arcade game because the PC wasn't very powerful in the late 80s and early 90s.
Right.
So often these are kind of gimped versions of the arcade versions or the console version. So I was like, well, that's cool, man. Thanks. Sure, send it my way, and I'll put it up in my game room. I get it. It's sealed. That's cool. Interesting. And I take a photo of it and I post on Facebook. There's a big box PC games forum page. And I'm like, hey, this is kind of interesting. Don't you guys think? They're like, yeah, you could sell it and buy like 50 other games. And I'm like, and you know how on the internet it's kind of hard to tell if people are joking, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, that's so funny, right? And my buddy who runs it, he's like, no, dude. That's like a $500 to $1,000 game. It never comes up on eBay, and when it does, it sells for $500 to $1,000.
Wow.
And he's like, and yours is sealed. And I was like, I got to be honest with you. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Because one, I didn't want the guy who sent it to me to think that I knew that, because I didn't. I never really follow this, know. And so I was like, oh shit.
Dude.
So I messaged the guy, and I'm like, did you know that the game you sent me was so freaking valuable? Because the thing is, if somebody sends me a game like this, I want them to know what it's worth, because I don't want it to be weird. And, if they need to buy clothes or feed themselves, I'd much prefer them to sell it, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, dude, this is like a really rare, expensive game. I guess it's the holy grail for Contra fans. It's the if you were going for a complete Contra set, you have to have this, and it's incredibly hard to find. So he was actually very cool. He didn't care. He's just like, oh, dude, that's really awesome. Yeah, totally keep it,
dude. This really looks good. So this is not actually a port of the Nintendo version. This is a port of the arcade.
I don't know.
It looks like the arcade one, or maybe an enhanced Nintendo one. Because it has a cutscene here where it's showing the guys like when they're shooting out of the. Yeah, this is really cool, man.
Yeah, so all of a sudden I got this really rare kind of and collectible Contra game in my collection for the PC. And he was super cool. I mean, again, I was just like, dude, I didn't know. I'm so sorry, And he's like, oh man, I didn't. He only paid a couple bucks for it, I guess.
Hey, well, I got an idea. Maybe you could do an unboxing right now. Unseal it.
See, that's the thing is that. Because you do, breaking the seal.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, is that, I could, but I won't play it.
Yeah, I can totally get you.
I don't know. It's just more of a novelty.
No, exactly.
It's kind of interesting to have. And so, yeah, so that's the super rare.
That's one of my favorite Contra covers, though. Like, out of all the Contra games, I think that cover is pretty awesome.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious, how did a Contra game not get opened? You know what I mean? Like, who bought this and decided, nah, I'm not going to play Contra?
It just probably got put up in an attic or somewhere for a long time.
Or maybe it was in the store and they never sold.
Or it could have been a gift that someone didn't have the system for it or the PC, so it just got left.
So that's the thing to note, is if you're out and about looking at PC games used to be cheap. And now, in the last couple of years, they've been going like this, because there's a lot of collectors out there who are starting to collect them. Yeah,
PC games are really worth it, though, because the packaging, what that comes in them, is pretty insane.
And I don't know what's in this one. It doesn't feel like there's anything in here, but I don't know. there's obviously a floppy disk, but who knows, right?
I hope it's not empty. Crazy Joe, he did some videos on some unboxing stuff, and he unsealed and it was like empty, and I was like, what the heck?
What?
It was like for some 3DO or Panasonic stuff.
Well, don't tell me that.
No, but it was just funny, man. Like, watching like the video, I was like, whoa, be careful. But I know there's something in there. So
no, you can hear something, but
yeah,
I know, so funny, huh?
Something besides the phone.
There's probably an incredibly rare, something, a little trinket or something. I don't know. I'm making that up. I have no idea.
It could be. You can open it.
On your channel.
Cool, man.
All right, man. Well, that is our pickups. It was awesome having you here. Dude, it's cool doing pickups with somebody else.
Yeah. So we go over stuff, talk about our opinions and stuff like that.
It's a bunch of stuff. Well, it's cool because, mine's mostly towards PCs type stuff, and then yours is all over the place, too. Yeah. It kind of... it definitely makes for an interesting pickups video. So I'm glad you guys like these. These are awesome to do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and take care.
If you like these videos that I do with Reggie, we got a bunch more planned, including some epic Game Boy Advance videos coming up very soon. So you're gonna definitely want to be subscribed to my channel. Thanks for watching.